Will Spencer is refusing to let Electra walk out of his life. But inside the Forrester mansion, love is no longer enough to erase what happened. Electra is still hurt, the Forresters are furious, and before Will can convince her to leave with him, Eric makes it painfully clear that Will is no longer welcome anywhere near her. At the same time, another couple is facing a very different kind of heartbreak. Daphne has just received devastating news about her future with Carter. The family they dreamed of building together may never happen the way they imagined, and Carter is about to hear the truth directly from his wife. At the Forrester mansion, Will continues pleading with Electra to come home with him. He knows their relationship has been badly damaged, but he is not ready to accept that it is over. He wants Electra to focus on the love between them rather than the anger and fear surrounding them. Electra, however, is carrying more than simple disappointment. She was hurt by what happened at the fashion show. She was also frightened when Will attacked RJ. That moment changed the way she saw him, even if it did not erase her feelings. And now Ridge has taken a firm position. Electra tells Will that Ridge has ordered her to stay away from him. Will is stunned. From his perspective, Ridge has no right to control Electra's personal life. Electra is an adult, Ridge is not her father. Will believes the decision should belong to Electra and no one else. But Electra's situation is complicated. She feels deeply connected to the Forresters. They have supported her in Lowe's Angels, protected her and given her opportunities. That loyalty matters to her. So even though Ridge's order may feel extreme to Will, Electra cannot simply dismiss it. This is where the conflict becomes much more emotional than a disagreement over permission. Electra is caught between the man she still loves and the family she feels she owes so much to. Will wants love to be the final answer. The Forresters believe trust and safety must come first. Electra admits something important. Despite everything that has happened, she will never stop loving Will. That confession gives Will hope. To him, her love means their relationship can still be saved. It means the fear, anger, and betrayal do not have to be the end of their story. Will reaches out and asks Electra to take his hand and leave with him. It is a bold move. He is asking her to choose their relationship in that exact moment, even though the wounds between them are still open and the Forrester family is firmly against him. Before Electra can make that choice, Eric storms into the room. Eric does not hesitate. He declares that Will is not welcome in his home and should not be anywhere near Electra. The confrontation is immediate and deeply personal. Eric is not treating this as a harmless young romance that has hit a rough patch. He sees Will's actions as a serious betrayal. Will knew about the hope for the future diamond and the jewelry line, yet Electra was left blindsided. From Eric's point of view, Will placed business secrets and Spencer interests ahead of Electra's trust. For the Forresters, that changes everything. Earlier at Forrester Creations, Eric and Ridge had already been discussing the need to protect Electra and keep her focused. They are preparing for the couture line and have decided to give only one interview before the launch. The pressure is high, everything must be carefully controlled. They are also worried about Brooke and whether she will be able to move beyond the recent login shocks. Eric hopes she will at least watch the live stream. The couture event needs to be perfect, and the jewelry line is especially important. That means Electra must remain focused on her work. Eric does not want her distracted by Will Spencer or pulled into another emotional crisis. He even plans to watch for Will at the mansion to make sure he stays away. Eric's reaction also reminds him of the trouble surrounding Ivy in the past. That comparison reveals how seriously he is taking the situation. To Eric, this is not only about one argument or one mistake. It feels like another painful family pattern that must be stopped before more damage is done. But Will refuses to surrender quietly. Even after Eric orders him out, Will argues that this decision is not Eric's to make. He believes Electra should be allowed to decide what she wants, yet Eric fires back with the central accusation: Will betrayed her. That word carries enormous weight. Will may believe he was protecting business interests or following decisions made around him, but Eric is focused on the result. Electra was hurt and blindsided by someone she trusted. And as the confrontation intensifies, Electra remains trapped in the middle. She loves Will. She is afraid of what she saw in him. She feels loyalty toward the Forresters. And now two powerful men are arguing over what is best for her, while she is still trying to understand what she wants for herself. While Will fights to save his relationship with Electra, Carter and Daphne face a loss that cannot be solved by an argument or a promise. In the design office, Daphne is visibly devastated. Steffi stays beside her, even when Daphne says she does not have to remain. Steffi refuses to leave her friend alone during such a painful moment. Daphne's heart is broken, and Steffi tries to reassure her that she and Carter will face the situation together. Then Carter enters. He immediately senses that something is wrong and asks about the medical appointment. When he realizes Daphne received the news without him, he blames himself for not going with her. Daphne wipes away her tears. She knows she has to tell him something that will change the future they had been imagining. She apologizes and tells Carter that she cannot give him a child. The words leave Carter crushed. At first, he struggles to accept what he is hearing. He insists that the diagnosis cannot be right. Daphne explains that she has premature ovarian insufficiency, also described as premature menopause. This is why she and Carter have not been able to conceive. Then she says the words she has been dreading. She is infertile. Daphne does not present the diagnosis as only a medical fact. To her, it feels deeply personal. She believes her body has betrayed her. She and Carter shared a dream of having a child, and now she feels responsible for that dream being taken away. Her repeated apologies show how much guilt she is carrying, even though the diagnosis is not her fault. Carter immediately tells her that she has done nothing wrong. That reassurance matters, but it cannot remove the grief either of them feels. Carter reminds Daphne that they still have many other dreams together. He is trying to hold on to their marriage, their love, and the future that still exists beyond this diagnosis. But his own emotions eventually overwhelm him. Carter breaks down crying. Daphne cries with him, and the two hold each other as they begin processing the news. The scene is powerful because neither of them has an easy answer. Carter loves Daphne and does not blame her. Daphne loves Carter and is terrified that she can no longer give him the family they planned. Their pain comes from the same place. They wanted this future together. Now they must grieve together. Carter later apologizes for breaking down in front of his wife. He seems to feel that he should have remained strong for Daphne, especially while she is struggling with guilt and heartbreak. But his tears are not a failure. They show that the loss belongs to both of them. Carter describes the situation simply: it is hard. That may be an understatement, but it is also honest. There is no dramatic speech that can make the diagnosis disappear. There is only love, grief, and the uncertainty of what comes next. He promises Daphne that they will get through it together. Daphne is not yet able to imagine how. The future she had pictured has suddenly changed. She does not know what she and Carter are supposed to do now that the plan they shared is no longer unfolding the way they hoped. They continue crying together, allowing the reality to settle between them. Away from the design office, Steffi goes to Bikini because she needs time with her mother. Taylor is working when Steffi arrives and explains that a close friend has just learned she cannot have children. When Taylor discovers that Steffi is talking about Daphne, she reacts with immediate sadness. Steffi explains the diagnosis and the emotional devastation surrounding it. Taylor offers the kind of support she knows how to give. She tells Steffi to let Daphne and Carter know that she is available if they need someone to talk to. Taylor cannot change the diagnosis. Steffi cannot remove the couple's grief. But their concern shows that Carter and Daphne will not have to carry this pain without support. It also explains why Steffi refused to leave Daphne alone earlier. She understood that this was not a moment Daphne should face in isolation. The two central stories of the day are very different, but both revolve around futures that suddenly feel uncertain. Will and Electra still love each other, but trust has been broken and the Forrester family is standing firmly between them. Carter and Daphne are deeply devoted to one another, but they have just learned that the family they dreamed of may not become a reality in the way they expected. One couple is fighting against outside opposition. The other is facing a painful reality neither of them caused. Will believes love should be enough to make Electra choose him. Eric believes love cannot excuse betrayal. Daphne fears her diagnosis has taken something essential away from Carter. Carter tries to convince her that their relationship still contains many dreams worth holding onto. But neither conflict can be resolved in a single conversation. Will must face the consequences of what Electra experienced, including the fear she felt when he attacked RJ and the pain of being blindsided over the diamond and jewelry line. Electra must decide whether her love for Will can survive the loss of trust and the pressure coming from Ridge and Eric. Carter and Daphne must begin adjusting to a future that now looks completely different from the one they planned. For now, the emotional damage is still fresh. Eric is demanding that Will leave his home and stay away from Electra. Will is refusing to accept that Eric has the authority to end their relationship. And in the design office, Carter and Daphne are holding each other as they mourn a dream they both desperately wanted. So which relationship is facing the greater test? Will and Electra's battle to rebuild broken trust, or Carter and Daphne's struggle to protect their marriage through unimaginable heartbreak? Share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for daily the bold and the beautiful spoilers, recaps, and emotional story updates.